Okay, let's look at another kind of cadence now, kind of separate from the other two. Um, Before we even dissect this, here's the one I want to look at now. I want to just hear it. Let's start by hearing it, and let's start actually by hearing the one before it. So here's our imperfect authentic cadence, so 5-1. Then I'm going to let it play, and so we can just hear this, and just think about what your initial reaction is to it. Okay, what did that feel like to you? What did that cadence uh, make you feel like was happening in the music? Hold on to that for just a second, and let's figure out what chords we have. So we're still in D. So we have E, E, G, and B. So E, G, B would be our triad in the key of D. E is the 2. So this is a minor 2 chord. It's in root position. Okay, it's weird. Let's look at the next one. We have an A, an E, an E, and a C. So A, C, E would be our triad, and that's going to be a C sharp, I should say, and that's going to be 5. So we have 2-5. How can it be a cadence if it doesn't end on 1, right? And isn't that what it felt like? It kind of felt like it was leaving you hanging, right? It had this sense of like, this is not over, right? This is not a cadence because it's not over. Let's hear it one more time. That would be a terrible way to end a piece. That is called a half cadence. Half cadence means we don't get 1. We get to 5 and then we leave you hanging. It happens sometimes. It's a good way to, in a piece, to kind of give the illusion that we're heading to the ending and then like take a right turn and be like, no, there's more. I'm going to keep going crazy and doing some more fun stuff. So we call that a half cadence. The rules for a half cadence are actually really simple. Half cadence is technically only 1 note. A half cadence is not 2-5 the way I just did it. Half cadence really just means that 5 is the end of the cadence. The chord that comes before it could be a lot of different things. So it's not strictly 2-5. It's kind of 5 by itself being used as a cadence with something before it. It could be 2, like I've used. It could be 1. You could have 1-5 as a half cadence. You could have 6-5, 4-5. Both of those are a little tricky with voice leading, but you can do it. 1, 2, 3-5 would be awkward, but you could do it. The real key is that it's a 5, and usually 5 is in root position, but it doesn't have to be. But usually it is, because that's what kind of really makes it feel like 5 and gives us that half cadence kind of feel. So that's another kind of cadence. It's not perfect or authentic, right? Because it's not 5-1, and we don't have the soprano motion or the bass motion that we require, which you could kind of say we have the bass motion we require because in this case anyway, it's 2 root position chords. But really what we need in a perfect authentic cadence is a 5-1 in the bass, not just 2 root position chords. So this is not a 5-1 in the bass. So that is a half cadence.